Hello, I'm Louise from BeHealing.com. I don't usually say that when I'm doing this. Welcome to my meditation. So I've committed to meditating every day. Some days I'm doing it live here on my YouTube channel, some days no. Yesterday I had exercised in the morning and maybe I'm back now. For those of you that don't know, I live on a small island in Thailand and the services here are patchy at best. However, it's monsoon season at the moment, which does affect our Wi-Fi, our electricity, everything. So bear with me. So yeah, I have committed to meditating every day. Some days I'm managing to do it live here on my channel, some days not so much. Yesterday I actually over-exercised and my mid-back, it was hurting. I had to lay down, I couldn't sit up, which is why I didn't do it live here on my channel. I don't think you want to see me laying down. Anyway, I have committed to meditating every day, and so I'm doing it here on my channel so that you can commit to meditating as much as you want to, and we can do it together because there's a power in that. So, well, let's get going on it. I'll be doing this for about half an hour, and then immediately afterwards I'm doing a live show for the members of this channel. That's a channeled show. I'll be pulling out cards, I've got them here, and giving readings and all of that kind of thing, and doing some channeling for the members as a collective too. If you want to be a part of that, click the join button down there. You can come along to that too. Well, let's start the meditation off by calming our nervous system down. We'll take a few deep breaths to start off. So breathing in, and then a long breath out. Breathing in, and then a long breath out. Another deep breath in, and then a long breath out. By calming our nervous system first, like this, it allows the meditation to go a lot more smoothly. You can get into that meditative state more quickly. Well, let's add on to that, calming our nervous system even more, going around the body, trying to find areas of tension and releasing them as we go. So feel if you're holding any of these areas as I talk you around your body. So let's start in the left toes, moving into the arch of the left foot, into the heel, the ankle, up the calf to the left knee, and the left knee up, excuse me, up the left upper leg to the hip, feeling the femur within the hip socket and relaxing that. Moving into the left glute, feeling whatever you're sitting on or laying on, the point of contact, and then feeling that muscle relaxing and being supported by whatever it's on. Moving into the right hip now, feeling the femur within the hip socket and letting that relax. I'm often holding my hips. Do you find that too? And then to the back, the right glute, feeling whatever it's resting on, sitting or laying down, feeling that point of contact and allowing that muscle to relax and melt and be supported by whatever it's contacting. And from the right hip, moving down the thigh to the knee. From the knee down the calf to the ankle. From the ankle to the heel, through the arch of the foot to the toes on the right side. Let's move into the left fingers now. From the fingers into the palm of the hand, let's go up the thumb and down the thumb, into the wrist, and from the wrist up those little muscles of the forearm to the elbow. From the elbow, let's go up the bicep and the tricep to the shoulder, feeling that shoulder, left shoulder relaxing down away from the ear. Our hips and our shoulders, we tend to hold them for some reason. Moving from that left shoulder across the back of the shoulders to the right shoulder and feeling that one relax down and away from the ear. And from the right shoulder down the bicep and tricep to the elbow. And from the elbow of the right side down the little muscles of the forearm to the wrist. And from the wrist, let's go up the thumb, down the thumb, into the palm of the hand, and then out through the fingers. Now taking a deep breath into the belly, make your belly as big as possible with that breath. And then relaxing the belly as you release all of that air out. Let's take a second deep breath in, this time into the upper rib cage and the upper back. Make yourself as big as possible. And then relaxing all of the upper body as we let that breath go. Starting in the base of the spine, let's stretch the spine upward, make ourselves taller, moving our consciousness up the spine. And when we get to the neck, let's move our right ear to our right shoulder. And then the left ear to the left shoulder. I find moving the neck is the easiest way for me to release it. I hold a lot of tension in my neck. Looking over the right shoulder, over the left shoulder. And then back to neutral, let's look down to our belly. And then up to the stars. Now find yourself a balance for your head so that your neck can be relaxed. And we'll move into the jaw. Releasing the jaw, you might want to open your jaw wide and waggle it a bit. And closing your mouth gently, rest your tongue on the roof of your mouth. Moving into the cheeks, the eyeballs, letting them rest back in the eye sockets and down. Letting the eyebrows move down and apart. Relaxing the forehead. Into the scalp, relaxing the whole of the scalp, feeling your ears move down just ever so slightly towards your shoulders. And now let's put our focus in our third eye. That's the point between the eyebrows but slightly up from it. And we'll keep our focus here for the meditation. Having our conscious awareness on our third eye and being aware of whatever comes along within us. The distractions from the outside world, noises, things like that. The distractions within our bodies, tummy rumbling, aches and itches. Our subconscious mind telling us what we should be doing instead of meditating, telling us what to eat later or what to eat now, what we are worried about. A memory, something that's bothering us, all the stuff that the subconscious mind goes on about, let's just listen to it and then bring ourselves back to that conscious focus on our third eye. We're accepting the distractions as they come along. We're not trying to avoid them or stop it from happening. We're just noticing them and remaining in our awareness of the observer of our experience. Feeling an acceptance of the distractions because it's a completely healthy, normal part of the human experience. And if you can extend that acceptance of yourself, then that's what we call self-love. Exactly as you are. Flawed, distracted, thinking too much, fearful. Whatever's going on within you, accepting it as your experience. There's no need to fight ourselves. There's no need to try and kill our subconscious mind or quiet it even. It's got some valid concerns. It's got a whole lot of invalid ones too, but we still need to hear it. And when the subconscious mind is heard and accepted, it naturally quietens down by itself. Just like we do. When we're heard by someone else, we'll quieten down too. But we're not going to quieten down until someone has heard us. And if you find that your conscious mind goes off on a trip with your subconscious mind, thinking about the things that it's going on about, once you wake up from that, just bring yourself back to the third eye focus. Don't beat yourself up for it. It doesn't mean that you're bad at meditation. Meditation is the exercise of our conscious. It is trying to remain conscious and present, and then bringing ourselves back to consciousness and presence when we find that we've wandered off. That is meditation. It's not bad meditation, that is meditation. So perhaps you're good at it after all. And if you do get lucky and get into a deep state where your subconscious mind is relaxed because it's been heard and it quietens down, you might feel some positive emotions like gratitude. You might also start to hear the superconscious mind with its guidance, with its intuition. Superconscious mind is a positive bias compared to the subconscious mind, which is a negative bias. It's got valuable information for our life paths from source, from our higher selves, from spirit, from our guides, whatever you want to call them. It is, in fact, how I do my channeling work. I'm so practiced at listening to the superconscious mind that I can do it immediately. And you can too, with plenty of meditation and practice. We can't choose what actions to take, consciously choose what actions to take, or consciously choose what to think until we can take a step back and be the observer of our experience. And once we get practiced in that, we can go through life being present instead of going around reacting to everything that's happening and what people are saying and our subconscious minds and the fears, and just in a state of reaction and never being consciously aware of what it is that we're choosing. So practicing meditation is the first step to freedom. Yeah. you're finding it hard to remain present, one way that I find really useful is to name the distractions when they come along. It just gives you that one little step of separation from them, so you can think thought, sound, brushing outside, itch, thought. Gently bringing yourself back to present moment, your third eye focus, and accepting the distractions when they come along. They're not a bad thing. They're part of the human experience, and we wouldn't survive very long if we didn't react to those distractions. So we're not trying to ignore them. The more we can be present and aware of our surroundings and everything that's going on, then the more we can choose how we want to respond. The more we can protect ourselves when we notice that there's things to really be afraid of or to be concerned about. We can listen to the subconscious and see when it's not right about the fears. A lot of the subconscious's fears are not true. It thinks they're true, but they're not true. The sky isn't falling. There aren't monsters under the bed. Someone else's fear that they've put online isn't true either. Their subconscious wasn't right. If your subconscious has picked it up and said, oh yes, we should be fearful of this. Just noticing all of that stuff. And then you choosing what is true in this moment or not. When you become consciously aware, nobody can tell you what to think. You get to choose. When you practice remaining consciously aware, no body or no thing can push itself on your experience. Because you can be aware of them or the thought, the thing, the idea. You can be aware of it, but not believe it, not take it on as your own thought, not go along with that. Because more often than not, 99.99% of the time, the things that we're thinking are impacting us. They have no bearing on this present moment. They're not here in this room. They're not in this present moment. The only impact they have on us is when we think about them and when we believe them. Practicing being present allows us to be with our bodies too, to listen to our bodies. Whether that be sensing that you're thirsty or needing the bathroom, to any digestive discomfort, to a need to stretch or move a part of your body, expend some energy, or conserve some energy and rest. There's so much feedback to be had from the body itself, but only when we listen. Our body tells us what it needs, but we need to be tuned in to be able to understand it. allowing ourselves a moment in time every day to meditate, to be present, allows us to tune in. And perhaps your life is full of other people and other things and constantly busy, never taking the time to stop and listen. Meditation is stopping and listening. And that's why it has so many benefits for us, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, physically. Because it's only when we stop and listen that we can find out what our true needs are. Thank you for meditating with me today. If you'd like to come with me into that members only channel session now, you're very welcome to. You can click that button, join button that's below this video or any other video on my channel, and you'll be invited along to those each day if you want a reading, questions answered, all of that stuff. I'd love to have you as part of that. Thank you again for meditating with me. Let's do it again tomorrow. Bye.